Okay, folks, it looks like we have a while before we do join the game. The game has started a little late. But until then, we do have a small advertisement that tells you folks a little bit about us Indian curry casters. Here it goes. Enjoy.
Born in the country of cast, curry, cows, and crusader level Dota. 4 boys fought to become the best curry casters in all of SEA. Having gone through a rigorous regimen of Bollywood dancing. And ancient Eastern vocal exercises.
Hello sir, welcome to technical support. How may I help you?
Hey, my coffee holder's broken.
I beg pardon sir?
You know you push that button on the computer and the coffee holder comes out?
Sir, no one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
They do play-by-play.
Splinter blast from Fly, rolling bowler coming in from Jerax, he drops the magnetize, has the earn, you got the Arctic burn coming out from Fly, geomagnetic grip coming through from Jerax, boulder smash to follow, they bring down Chessie and
They do SEA.
Let's go!
Cargo, this is Gaga! You cannot spell Ulol without you!
Loki, V-Wake, Gambit, and Cloud X are back to back, only at AFK Gaming.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team done.
Okay, folks, it looks like we're back in the game. For those of us just tuning in, this is Mineski versus AGV in the Starladder I-League Invitational. This is part of the SEA regional qualifiers. My name is Vivek. Joining me for this one is Floki. How's it going, Floki?
Just fine. My course hasn't subsided, but
Yeah.
Mineski versus AGV should be an interesting matchup. AGV did go through the open qualifiers to get to regionals, and I'm really curious to see how they fare up against all these other teams. Now, they are prioritizing a different set of heroes, and like most traditional C teams that tend to ban out the Omni Knight and the Clockwork in the first phase, looks like AGV instead focus the Tinker and the Night Stalker. Now, the Night Stalker is something I can get behind, but no Omni Knight ban and no Bounty Hunter ban yet. So, if either of those, okay, so they are gonna go with the Bounty Hunter, and I think Mineski might pick them up Omni Knight.
The Tinker ban that you were talking about, it's very AGV specific. We did cast their games versus Fnatic. I think that was part of excuse me, that was I did catch the game in the PGL Bucharest Major, and AGV did end up losing. But in those games versus Fnatic as well, AGV almost always ban out the Tinker straight away. And it's something that they're not comfortable playing against, and teams may or may not look to exploit this weakness. The other set of bans are pretty standard. Omni Knight has slipped through, like you mentioned. Mineski for now are going to pick up the Shadow Shaman, but Tiny's in the pool as well, so the draft is wide open.
Yeah, they can go in many directions with the draft. They can pick up the Tiny, put him anywhere they want to. Traditionally, it's probably going to be off lane if they pick it that early in the draft. But okay, looks like AGV are gonna go with the Brewmaster. So the Brewmaster, we did see a lot of it last year in the ESL India Premiership. Brewmaster is pretty decent hero in the offlane because he doesn't necessarily need a ton of farm to be effective in team fights.
Right. And yeah, Mineski straight away going to respond with the Tiny.
Yeah, nothing too sketchy or bizarre here. I mean, the
Yeah.
Brew, I can get behind the Brewmaster and Rubik pick by AGV. Maybe they can show us something
10
slightly different,
seconds
and
remaining.
that's not been the flavor of the meta right now.
5 seconds remaining.
They also tend to prioritize Rubik pretty highly, much like Secret does. So many times I've seen Secret just first pick Rubik for Yapsa
Mm-hmm.
because they don't like Yapsa's. I mean, I'm not gonna say Yapsa has a limited hero pool, but he does really well on certain heroes, and they like to give him those heroes as often as they can. So
Yeah.
maybe a similar factor there for AGV.
Uh-huh. Mineski are have they've also got solid players who can play the Rubik. But the next set of bans is going to be interesting. I presume Razor Medusa might not make it through. Possibly the Razor. Razor's going to be priority here. Both
The
AGV as
Omni
well as
Knight may
Mineski would like
also.
it.
I think the Omni Knight may also get banned. I think AGV might ban it. I'm not too sure if they like they can still put the tiny mid Mineski. They have that option open. So unless like if Omni Knight manages to
10
slip through,
seconds
I
remaining.
think Mineski will have the option to pick it up for themselves and have a
5
go tiny.
seconds
And Omni Knight tiny
remaining.
is a pretty decent combination. I mean, you give the tiny repel, and there's really nothing you can do to stop him from hitting your buildings. Now that
Mm-hmm.
the Razor's banned out, you're running out of options to deal with the tiny or AGV.
You think we might see a Tusk ban as one of the few fours that are still in the pool?
I'm not sure how good Task is this game. I mean, against Rubik, sure, it's nice, but he's
10
not
seconds
particularly great
I
against the
mean,
remaining.
a
players.
Tusk pick for AGV and hence a ban
Oh,
from Mineski.
5
oh, yeah, that
seconds
certainly could work out for
remaining.
AGV. I think the Task is really good for AGV. The
Mm-hmm.
the good thing about Task is that it has the sigil, right? So Tiny has status resistance, which lowers movement speed, attack speed, and yada yada. But since sigil is a continuous spell, it's not affected by status resistance. So you'll always have that against the Tiny to slow his attack speed and move speed down.
Uh-huh.
Traditionally, if you can hurt Tiny over there, it becomes really hard for Tiny to take a fight properly because then outside of his magical burst, there's nothing much he can do in a team fight.
Okay. AGV looking for a 4
10
position.
seconds
Tusk is in the pool.
remaining.
I personally think, I mean,
5
Tusk,
seconds
Jakiro, Ogre,
remaining.
these are the next set of heroes that might get contested. Yeah,
And
there's the Tusk pick.
Tusk.
I feel like Mineski might go for the Ogre.
Yeah, Ogre is decent against Tusk, also really good with the Tiny.
Yeah,
Gives Mineski a position 5 that can just right click the Brewmaster early on in lane, and Brewmaster's gonna have a hard time against the Ogre to
10
win.
absolutely.
seconds remaining.
That 8 armored giant is hard to bring down.
Right.
5 seconds.
Or we could see Mineski kind of switch things up and
Go for
okay.
the Earth Spirit. Oh, this is a Chabs hero.
Yeah, this is a classic. Mineski classic, the Earth Spirit. AGV looking to probably reveal one of their cores. Um,
They might go
on,
for,
10
I think,
seconds
I think
remaining.
Queen of
possibly
Queen?
Medusa. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Quap,
Medusa is also.
5 seconds.
Oh no,
Quap is a safe
no,
pick.
Quap is
It's
garbage. I think Quap is
yeah.
garbage against Mineski. You have so much to say, but you don't want to play Quap into that. I think
Okay.
Medusa's probably better, yeah.
Yeah, but then you could just pick the Quap and not give away too much. But yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna pick
I
up the
think I'll go with
Medusa.
the Medusa. I mean, Mineski now they have the option to either pick the AM and risk getting countered by the last pick of AGV. They can still run the Medusa safe and put mid a hero like I don't know, that's good against the anti-mage.
10
Maybe
seconds
something like a right click
remaining.
Shadow Fiend, although that's not the flavor of the meta.
5
Seen a lot of
seconds
Shadow Fiends go for the magic
remaining.
build. What else counters anti-mage that goes mid?
So you're saying Mineski pick an anti-mage counter right now?
I think no, I'm saying that AGV pick an
AGV
anti-mage
pick an
counter.
anti-mage counter.
Because, well, Mineski certainly have the draft to make space for this anti-mage. Uh, and it's all gonna boil down to how well AGV will manage to harass the anti-mage early on and make his life difficult. And Tusk and Rubik are decent at doing that, but against supports like Shadow Shaman and Earth Spirit, it's really scary to do because they can always punish you for overextending and staying there for too long.
Okay. Mineski are in a bit of a pickle here. They Gotta pick something that's good versus Medusa. And yeah, we forgot the Phantom Lancer. Get that early diffusal, have multiple units pounding away on the Medusa. Hopefully burn her mana away. If Mineski want to, they could pick up something like the Weaver even. And run the Phantom Lancer mid and run the Weaver in the safe lane. Then you got that additional mana break talent at level 10 in addition to or the mana burn already being done by the diffuser play. That is one option. Or what I personally feel is Mushi's going to be playing the Phantom Lancer. Mid or safe lane remains to be seen. What that means that we're looking at a hero for Moon, and Moon might. I mean, his pool is somewhat limited.
Very wide. I don't think Moon's pool is limited by any means.
I don't. I mean, I won't say limited, but Mineski tend to run a very fixed set of heroes on him. Mirana, Quap.
Mirana was gonna be on my mind. They have the Mirana. They have the co-op. They can also possibly run the Storm. This seems like a good Storm game for Mineski if they manage to get him online early enough. Rubik, Brewmaster, Tusk. I mean, especially if you can initiate on the Brewmaster, there's nothing AGV can do to team fight, then they rely completely on the Medusa. So Storm, wouldn't be too surprised to see either Storm or Mirana, or even something like the Viper to enable some pushing potential for Mineski. So they
ban out the Monkey King. Yeah, this is probably just to secure their tiny in the offlane, and they're going for the Shadow Fiend.
Okay, Shadow Fiend. Not entirely sure if I can get behind the Shadow Fiend pick.
Yeah,
I mean,
without the safety, without the safety of those early souls coming in from the Clockwork, he could have a really rough laning phase. But I presume you're going to see a classic dual lane in mid, and.
I'm more worried about the mid game of the Shadow Fiend because he needs to hit that BKB timing early, and if he gets that BKB early, the later he goes, the more useless his BKB becomes.
Okay.
So I'm slightly afraid that this Shadow Fiend, like I mean, Mineski is a really good team, so I'm gonna probably say that they're gonna be able to exploit the timing window very well on the Shadow Fiend BKB. But yeah, if AGV manage to hold and waste a few BKB charges, they could be looking for an easy game. Looks like the last hero is gonna be Queen of Pain. Yeah, so Queen of Pain's really good against the Shadow Fiend, applies a lot of pressure, although it is a scary game to play a Queen of Pain. Against a Shadow Shaman and a Tiny, you can't just go aggressive and do stuff that you normally would. Earthspirit really scary with that silence.
Yeah. Folks on stream, do let me know if my co-caster's voice is really soft. I have boosted it to the max, but the poor soul is really unwell today. But the love for Dota is real. He's still tuned in, and thank you all for tuning in. You're watching Game 1 between AGV and Mineski. These are the SEA regional qualifiers for the Starladder I-League Invitational. I'm Vivek. Joining me is Floki for this one. And yeah, I mean, back to the game. I honestly think this is not a game you go the magic build on Shadow Fiend. I'm not a fan. There are already sufficient sources of magic damage. I think you go physical damage this game.
Yeah, I think you go physical damage too. I mean, against the co-op, who's a really low armor hero, against the yeah, I think this is a good game for a right like Shadow Fiend. Against the Tusk, doesn't have a lot of armor. Brewmaster doesn't have a lot of armor. Rubik very vulnerable to right clicks. Really good game for right click Shadow Fiend. Just a second, I have messed up my computer settings, so my Dota looks like potato.
Okay, carry on. That's going to give me a little bit of time to just run through each team and who's playing what. For the side of AGV, you got Eris playing the Tusk, BHM playing the Panda. There he is. Medusa going to be played by SIRC. Densio going to be playing the Queen of Pain in the mid lane, and you got Grimm's X playing the Rubik. On the other side of the river, for Mineski, you got Jabs, their drafter, playing the Earth Spirit. Tiny is going to be handled by Ice, of course. Mushi is going to be playing the Phantom Lancer. Shadow Shaman in the hands of Ninja Boogie. And that leaves us with Moon, going to be playing the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane.
Just a second, my My Dota is completely pooped out. I'm gonna have to verify and take
Yeah,
a
you
look
carry
real
on. You
quick.
just quickly restart your Dota, restart your Steam, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly take a look. It seems to be, oh yeah, it's obviously a safe lane, Phantom Lancer. Moon will be heading to the mid lane. Tiny or Ice heading to the off lane. No real surprise in terms of items. He's holding on to his skill points so far. He's up against a Rubik, a Tusk, and a Medusa. So there's certainly kill potential to bring down the Tiny early on, provided they get off a good shard block. And they should be able to deal with Ice. I'm going to have a fanboy moment here. From Dota 1, Ice has always been one of my favorite players. And this has nothing to do with his his personality outside of the game. He's immensely fun to watch. And I'm going to be keeping my eyes on him in the offlane, and particularly take a look at how he chooses to put his skill points. I presume he's going to be maxing toss, maybe putting one additional point into tree grab, but toss might just be what he chooses to prioritize.
I think for offlane Tinies, getting Avalanche is really good if you're having a good time, because then you can just go around killing supports with the Avalanche toss.
Okay, yeah, 1 point in the Avalanche.
Yeah, maybe 1 point in the Avalanche, and then he can just start fighting with his team. He has a decent fighting lineup with Jabs and the Shadow Shaman.
Couple of disconnects from Mineski. They are having ping issues. Should be back soon enough. BHM on the Panda. Starting out with 10 tangos, a stout shield, and a healing salve. Should be okay. He should be okay primarily because mid is going to be a sort of 2-on-2. I presume we'll see Rubik joining the Queen of Pain, while Shadow Shaman will be babysitting the Shadow Fiend for the early couple of levels until the Shadow Fiend gets some souls. Moon also starting out with that early Fairy Fire, trying to get every bonus he can in terms of right click damage. Yeah, but what's going to be crucial for Mineski is that the Shadow Fiend gets off to a somewhat decent starts. I'm not too worried about the other lanes. For now, dicks are being drawn on the mini-map. Yep, that's a dick. Who is purple? It's Medusa. Okay, that's a cactus. AGV. Having a little bit of fun. Killing time until Mineski sorts that ping out. Those of you just tuning in on stream, you can type exclamation casters to know more about us. If need be, you can type exclamation recap. That'll give you a quick recap of how the tournament's been progressing. We've got a couple of bot commands. There is no exclamation schedule, but I think the winner of this faces off versus GeekFam, and the winner of that matchup moves on to the finals to play TNC. One team from the finals will move on to the actual LAN itself. No idea when that is, but I think for those who are still looking forward to the next LAN, I think the LAN that's coming up the soonest is ESL1 Genting, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got all the big boys playing in it. I think Secret is them, not sure about Liquid. But yeah. We're going to be following all the SEA Dota that we can. Today we are following the Starladder I-League Minor. Yesterday we were looking at Katowice. And tomorrow we're going to be following the WESG APAC qualifiers. One of our very own teams from India is there in the APAC quals. They're in Group C. So we're going to be following them. That is Signify. Through the group stages, they've got Happy Feet in the group. They've got this Chinese team called Rocky that everyone's been talking about. And yeah, that kicks off tomorrow at 11 SGT. That's a little early in the morning, but we're going to be following that as. I mean, we're going to wake up early and make sure we follow that. 11 SGT is 8:30 our time over here. So, yeah.
Okay, so I roleplayed Tinker a little bit and looks like my PC is working again. Dota is fine. I'm joining the game again. Sorry
Okay.
for the sudden incognito mode, guys.
Jesus, you're joining Dota again, and Ninja Boogie's just fixed his internet. I don't know if that means that Mineski is ready to go, but we should find out soon enough.
Okay, so Jabs has gone for the healing salve. Curious. Okay, so this is gonna be a mid Jabs, only because of the healing salve. I feel he's gonna either help out Ice 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 or he's gonna go help out Moon, either one of those two. I think there's some really strong killing potential level 1 too if Rubik decides to wander bottom, but the way they are drawing things on the map right now
Yeah,
makes it seem
dicks
like
are being drawn on the map.
yeah, dicks are being drawn on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't report the stream for nudity, guys. This is not something that is under our control.
Absolutely. Bunching.
Not sure what that means. Could you
Yeah,
folks
if
in the
anyone
viewers help us out with that?
chat, yeah, do tell us what bunching means. Uh, Mushi versus Panda is not a great lane either. I mean, he can dispel the Drunken Haze with Doppelganger, but Doppelganger at level 1 has a cooldown of 25 seconds, while Drunken Haze has a cooldown of 11 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hard lane for the Phantom Lancer. You might need maybe the Shadow Shaman to try and push the Panda out of the lane. It's going to take some work from one of Mineski's supports in conjunction with the Phantom Lancer to make sure that the PL gets his farm early on. But then you also got the mid lane to worry about, where Moon and the Quap will probably be in a dual lane of sorts.
I think the way they play this game is that they let Mushi get EXP'd up. I mean, occasionally go to his lane, pull, try to harass the Brewmaster out, but it's gonna be really hard to do that. And even if they manage to harass Brewmaster out, the moment they leave, he's gonna come back again with the Drunken Haze. So I think they should focus on winning the off lane and the mid lane for Moon and Ice Ice Ice. And once they do that, Mushi can just farm for a while and take his time to build his diffusal and then come to fights again.
Okay.
A lot comes down to how well this Queen of Pain dominates a lane early on. Now, if she does manage to do that, this game could just be over for Mineski in an instant because once the Queen of Pain takes over, I don't see how they come back. If Ice Ice Ice, he doesn't manage to do that well on offlane and pick himself up some early items, he is gonna be a walking creep for the rest of
Right. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. If the co-op wins a lane,
Yeah.
you're purely hoping that Ice 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 makes enough space for the Shadow Fiend to recover.
Somewhat, and also to him have enough farm to fight. Now, Ice 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 doing Ice 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 things, pulling the creep
Look at
wave
this.
level 1, but
I mean,
Rubik is
Ice Ice
there.
Ice is pulling the creep wave, and we've got a similar situation in the top lane. BHM is pulling the dire creep wave as well. The Shackles at top, nothing to bring down Ice 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 just yet. He's trying to bait out the shots. He's dropping low, will get blocked. And
This is a dead Ice Ice Ice.
isn't gonna get juked, and it seems as if the supports on the side of AGV do manage to draw first blood.
But that's okay because the creep wave on the side of AGV is grouping up, and this means the lane is eventually gonna push towards Ice Ice Ice. So he's gonna have a
Yeah.
lot of creeps to farm. And
Yeah.
since neutral creeps spawn at 1 minute now, it's not easy to correct the lane by doing a pull.
It is a double wave coming through from AGV.
Yeah, but a
but
double wave
Ice
for Mineski too. I mean, you look at the wave, there are equal number of creeps on both sides. Ice Ice Ice
Ice
might
Ice
die
Ice-
again, but
He went for the wave now. I mean, it is juicy CS. He buys his boots and he dies. So he's, I mean, minimizing his losses there.
I mean-
he is dying, and that is gold going towards the Medusa early on.
yeah, this is not good for Mineski. I think they need to not feed the Medusa. I mean, that's one way to lose the game real quick, but they do have the Medusa counter and the Phantom Lancer, so if they manage to get some farm on him, that should be fine. Top lane.
Top lane, it seems as if they killed the Panda as well. So both offlaners falling.
Yeah.
I mean, the support just doing their job. It is looking for the bounty rune, but Ice is here.
Yeah. I think this is the
level
fate.
2.
Yeah. He should be doing slightly better now. He's whacking Rubik in the head with a tree.
Yeah, tossing the tree for every CS that he can get. Meanwhile, Jabs with the Arcane Root snipes the Radiant Courier. This is exactly what you'd hope for if you were Moon in the mid lane.
Yep. But Queen of Pain still managed to pick up the double null talisman, so it's gonna be a hard time CSing for
Yeah, but she
Moon.
doesn't have regen. And
Yeah.
I mean, they can do some damage to the Quap and try and
Speaking
maybe
of damage,
force her to make a base trip. Moon does get tagged by the Shadow Strike. The shards are there from
Moon is
Eris, but
dead.
best of follow-up damage. Moon trying to raise away, wants to bring down the Queen of Pain. The boulder smash is there. The rolling boulder onto the tusk will result in Eris scoring a double. Moon falls, Jabs to follow, and
Not sure.
AGV.
Not sure.
That's a really good start.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is on the side of Mineski. I mean, they can't be feeding away kills like this.
Yeah. So,
Let me know if you're
mean-
getting any ambient noise from my mic, Vivek.
no ambient noise just yet.
Okay. So, Ice is doing slightly better in the offlane now. He has picked himself up to level 3, has a point in every single spell. Now he can just look to steal bounties and try and contest supports for the runes that spawn. And if he gets a decent rune, say an Invis or a DD, he can walk back to lane and start whacking creeps. They also
Yeah,
have a
but
stack for...
That on the Shadow Fiend was somewhat costly.
Yeah.
I personally think that if they just let the Shadow Fiend lane and didn't go aggressive looking for a kill, I think they would have done a lot better on the side of Mineski.
I agree. And just look at how aggressive Moon is playing now that he knows that he has help from Jabs. And this is kind of what Jabs is supposed to do. Walk to the mid lane, trade farm with the co-op, and as long as co-op is not right-clicking creeps and getting herself farm, he's happy with the outcome. Like, he doesn't care if he can't kill the Queen of Pain. As long as she's not farming, he's doing his job.
Top lane, BHM held in place with the shackles. Mushi does have 2 points in the lance, and this is going to mean that BHM will end up falling.
So they did
Now-
decide to do a standard dual top and dual mid kind of thing.
Mid lane, boulder smash, rolling boulder, but it's only 1 point in the boulder smash, so the stun isn't really long enough.
Yeah, this stun is shorter than RTEC's TI7 run.
Yep. The lane is somewhat starting to get better for Ice. He's getting more CS than the Panda though.
Yeah,
And
Mushi is just
it seems that the Mineski want to bully the Panda a little bit more. You got the shackles, Jabs with the perfect rolling boulder, has the boulder smash, times it to perfection, and ensures a killing spree for the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. Bottom lane,
Meanwhile,
Ice.
on the other edge of the map, they might have got Ice. He's dropping low, has the toss, but Medusa with the range gets the kill.
Yeah, but Ice is always buying out before he dies, so these deaths aren't as bad for him. Phantom Lancer is still doing really well. He still counters Medusa, so he's not really sad that he's dying. Sure, he wishes he could die a little less, but that's just offlane life in this meta. And I feel this meta is where you really see with how, like, this is the meta where you differentiate between good offlaners and great offlaners. Like, in the last patch when the shrine was slightly closer to the offlane and available earlier, it was
And you had
very
this
easy to offlane.
cheating item called the Iron Talent.
Yep. You just go to the jungle and forget that your offlane ever existed. Just come back to defend the tower.
What's also somewhat
Look at
problematic.
Ice. Did you see what he do there?
No, did he stack and pull? Did
No,
stack?
he tossed the Medusa back into the stack, so the creeps ended up damaging Medusa and taking out her mana shield.
Oh, okay. But what I was paying attention to was the mid lane, where Quap has pretty much just lost the lane. Moon leading in terms of CS, in terms of last hits and denies. And Ice has more CS to his name than the enemy Queen of Pain. And
Yeah,
Queen has died once, if I'm not mistaken.
but the moment the co-op hits level 6 or level 8, depending on skill build, so what some co-ops do is they tend to max the screen before they get the Sonic Wave. They can do that very often to catch up in terms of farm if they fall behind in lane, and then they can
Mineski.
look to punish rotations.
Oh, Moon. Look at this. Coming and trying to contest the stack. Now Eris is here, drops the shards, but Mineski sees this as an opportunity to kill. The Avalanche toss is there. Quick geomagnetic grip. Eris dropping low. Can somebody really bring him down? He pops the snowball, wants to survive. Who's he moving towards? He's moving towards Moon. He's got a fair amount of HP. He's got the infused raindrops, one charge of which will be consumed by Moon, but the last race secures the kill. Mineski move towards the enemy safe lane, steal a little bit of Medusa's stack, and find a hero for Moon. And they come back and clean it up.
They need to secure the lane for Medusa. Even though she got a lot of kills early on, this doesn't
Loki, your voice keeps fluctuating. Did you just run away from your mic?
No, is it better now?
Yeah, this is better.
I'm sorry, it's just my voice, it's not my mic.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the co-op has level 6 now, so she can look to rotate. Now, this does mean that Mineski cannot make the same kind of play that they just did. They can't just rotate into the jungle and hope to contest the stacks, because Queen of Pain will TP to punish you if you do that. And that could be pretty devastating for Mineski, because they don't want to give up kills on
I agree, but Mineski don't need to make that play anymore.
Yeah.
The damage has been done, and they might do a little bit more. They find Grims walking into the dire side of the jungle, and that's another kill for Moon.
Yeah.
Who's ahead of the Medusa in terms of net worth.
Your net worth is favoring Mineski heavily right now.
Yeah.
Mineski is showing us why they're not going to be bested by a team that has come through the open qualifiers. Although that's not discounting AGV by any means, but I don't blame them. AGV, really new team, you're playing against some of the best teams in the world. I feel Mineski is easily top 4 teams in the world right now. So if they just look to learn and then come back once again some other tournament, I'd be really happy to watch them.
I like how we're already talking about the end of this game, 8 minutes in. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's a huge victory from Mineski in the laning phase, and I think the fluidity with which they lane is the real takeaway here. Just like how Moon leaves his lane and goes to take an enemy stack, finds a kill. I think that bit of decision making coming in from Moon, that guys, I see a stack, I'm going to do a little bit more economic damage to them, benefit my economy a little bit more. Plays like that what make Mineski really shine.
Yeah, Dota is very similar to CSGO in that matter, right? Because it's all about managing your economy, right? Kills and towers don't mean for crap if you don't have network to show for it.
Right. Eris caught in the shackles, jabs with the rolling boulder. You've got the control with the hex and jabs, scores a kill. Now he is dropping low. Denzio drops the sonic wave. A deny is possible, and they're going to get the deny. Ninja Boogie with the presence of mind to ensure that the cop is denied a kill. Beautiful stuff coming out from them.
Yeah.
That's the Sonic Wave committed. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there's a snowball onto Moon. Rubik is there. Moon going to pop the Requiem, but the telekinesis will cancel it for the time being. Moon sees this as an opportunity to get the hell out of there and TP straight back to home.
Yeah, he didn't have the Aquila there, so he took slightly more damage from right clicks, but that's okay. He was able to TP out just in time.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing this a lot more often. These Shadow Fiends have stopped going for the Aquila and go for a raindrop very often against matchups like Co-op or Storm. Heroes who have magical damage.
It's also interesting to take a look at Mineski's vision. They once invaded the enemy jungle. They know that AGV have lost the lanes. They will retreat to the jungle. So you got this observer ward looking at Medusa. Then you got this observer ward over here. Looking at the Panda trying to catch up. With the tier 1 tower already taken in Mineski safe lane, it's almost certain that they will retreat to the jungle. So good stuff coming out from Mineski in terms of vision. And yeah, they're just cruising forward for objectives with the lead they secured from the laning phase. Drop the Mars Serpent wards mid. Should get the tier 1.
I mean, I feel Ice is like the really high skill version of Eternal Envy in the offlane. He does things that people don't expect to, and it always works because he's an offlaner.
Does see the co-op tosses a creep in Densio's direction, keeping the vision going as well.
And look at this, even though they killed Ice like what, thrice in the laning phase, he's managed to catch up. He's sitting on 1800 gold, 400 gold away from the blink, and with the creep wave and the tower, he should be able to finish it.
He's gone for both the Soldering and the Basilisk, but I'm going to get back to that later. Mid lane, Medusa surrounded, cornered, and brought down.
Yeah, this is where you start considering that maybe you messed up somewhere in the draft on the side of AGV.
I mean, it's not the draft. I mean, I don't want to blame the draft. It's just that Mineski was just superior at laning.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, the draft feels a little off because I mean you have the co-op against so many disables, and then she had a terrible laning phase to add on top of that. So this co-op is not gonna have the. I mean, when I say draft, I only mean the co-op pick.
Mid lane, you got the Hex, the Shackles, quick Stone Gaze, AGV looking to fight, but Mineski retreating. Ninja Boogie might fall elsewhere with the Avalanche and Task. Ice finds the kill. Ninja Boogie does end up falling. Both 5 positions do end up going down near Mineski.
What?
It could look to go back in. The Stone Gaze is on cooldown. But I'm not sure if Ice can bring down the Panda all by himself. He needs help. Moon is in the vicinity, but it's too close to the enemy tier to top. And they aren't going to fight.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I'm not sure why AGV did not go for the tiny killer.
Ice is still here. He sees Grims. He avalanches him, tosses him up into the air, tries to pound away. It's only a level 2-3 avalanche, so it's not enough.
Yeah.
But immediately Rubik really low. Densei moving towards the bottom lane. He's got the Sonic Wave, 1 point in it. Mineski just forcing the issue here. AGV.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to come defend.
The problem is the
one by one things are being tossed at the co-op.
The problem is the XP advantage and the net worth advantage on the side of Mineski. Now, if AGV had some experience to work with, like they had a few more levels on their off lane and their mid, they could really fight Mineski and hit them where it hurts. But Mineski, they know what they're doing. I mean, they've been playing Dota for God knows how long and showing AGV how the top tier teams do it.
BHM has picked up his Blink Dagger on the Panda, so I mean, AGV still have a fighting chance.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I'm not gonna discount AGV just
I'm
yet.
not discounting AGV either, but it's just that I think AGV themselves know too that they're not gonna win this game, but they're just looking to learn as much as they can from this one.
Yeah.
Unless like Mineski just throw, then I can't say anything.
So what's really funny is that both these teams are extremely high skilled. It's just that we're actually seeing one high skill team outskill another high skill team.
Yeah.
It's scary how Dota is played at the highest tiers, and us legends will never understand that. But yeah, I mean, look, if you look at Ice and if you look at the Panda, both of them pick up the Blink at approximately the same time. So it's not like AGV is getting outplayed and Panda is going to end this game with never finding his Blink Dagger or finding it at the 35-minute mark. It's just that both teams are really good. It's just that Mineski is all the more better.
Yeah. And AGV is kind of clueless on how to approach this because they just had a terrible laning phase.
Yeah, Co-op definitely had a terrible laning phase.
I think Medusa also didn't have the laning phase she wanted. You don't want...
I think Mushi's got that boost in terms of net worth because of all the towers as well as skills that he's participated in.
And Mushi, he's picked up the Shadow Blade, so this is a very Southeast Asian thing to do. You pick up the Shadow Blade on heroes that have any sort of killing potential and then just go on a killing spree, never give them space.
SIRC needs to be careful. The Avalanche is there. The Requiem as well. Geomagnetic Grip, Magnetize, everything being thrown on the Medusa. Somewhere in the midst of all of that, the Panda died. Stolen Requiem from the Rubik. They did manage to bring down the Shadow Shaman. They're chasing for more. Ice should get away, but he turns around. He's tagged by the Urn. Doesn't have the Avalanche for a couple of seconds. Being controlled by the Rubik. Lifted up into the air. Drops the Avalanche onto one. Tosses the Co-op onto the other. Stone Gaze coming out from the Medusa. Ice. Dropping low. Ultimately ends up going down to the Scream and the right click damage from the Medusa. Moon does manage to find the Rubik. The Sonic Wave finds the Earth Spirit. But Moon, which is too much damage, brings down the Co-op as well. And the Snowball from Task isn't going to get anything done. The Shard Block, a valiant attempt, but he's going to end up falling as well. And Panda respawns only to find his whole team wiped out.
Yeah, you can see that was a good fight for AGV, but did you see the lack of confidence that they had? This is the problem when you start playing against these higher T teams. You really need to just, even if it's just throwing the game, you need to do it confidently. You can't
Yeah.
show a lack of confidence against these teams because they will punish that.
I
They will
mean,
deliberately change their play to punish your lack of confidence, and that really hits you where it hurts. Because
the
then you feel like,
hesitancy was partly because, well, the Dire had vision and they weren't sure they had vision. That could be one reason for their hesitancy and lack of confidence. The other thing was the Panda was blown up before getting the split off.
yeah.
17 minutes in, I mean, BHM got his blink at the 14-minute mark, but he's not yet popped his primal split even once.
Yeah. And this might be the turning point for them though. Roshan is not dropping fast enough. They could look to contest it. They are smoked up, but looks like they have eyes on the mid lane.
Yeah, they're moving
Ice,
towards the
ice,
mid lane. Ice is committed his blink.
Pull that
BHM is going to go in. There's the primal split. You got the Brewlings controlling Ice. And with the screen and the Walrus Punch, they get the kill. They get a tiny, but they lose Roshan. And Age is in the hands of the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
I presume... oh yeah, my bad. Shadow Fiend. I presume Mineski are going to slow down things for a bit. Hold on. Quap moving towards the room. Does end up getting caught by Jabs, who holds in place with the boulder smash. The geomagnetic grip is there. Quap silenced, tagged by the geomagnetic grip, and the magnetize will end up falling.
Yes, Jabs picks up the kill. Good for him. He's gonna get a lot more farm now. He also has his blink dagger almost finished up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and somewhere in the frame, Medusa popped her ultimate.
I did catch that. Mushi chasing AGV into their own shrine. Disrespect at its finest. Eris needs to be careful. There is no tier 2 tower here, and it seems as if the Tusk doesn't have detection. Moon comes in from the east, loads a couple of razors, gets the Medusa, and now they move on to the Tusk. Mushi on a mega kill streak.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the level difference showing. I mean, you have a level 8 Tusker going up against a level 15 Phantom Lancer.
I mean, so, you know what? When that Aegis went down, the next thing that was going to come out from my mouth is that Mineski... Oh, okay. I was going to say Mineski might slow it down and move when they have Mars Serpent wards, because they did commit them at Roshan, but they are not stopping.
No,
They're going high ground.
Yeah.
19 minutes in. Pop has to land the Sonic Wave of her life, but they still need the Panda, and the Panda doesn't have his primal split. Mars Serpent was committed. Mineski looking at Mega Creeps. They toss in the Quap. They bring her down. The snowball is there, but it's not going to do too much. The telekinesis just controlling Moon for a while. Mineski chasing down the Tusk. It's Mushi who should get the kill with his illusions, and the Micro secures the kill. Ice, one by one, throwing enemy heroes like a basketball, securing the kill onto the Medusa, and BHM silenced, held in place. Primal split or not, this guy's a dead man, and he's going to fall as well. The barracks are next. Mineski, ouch, just styling over AGV, moving for the second lane of barracks, propping their drum chargers. They've got urns, they've got arcane boots and whatnot, and they're surely gonna get another lane of barracks. This time though, AGV are gonna come with all their big cooldowns. And
I don't think the Medusa is gonna spawn before they lose the racks.
okay.
Yeah, but they are gonna back off now. They're gonna take it easy on the strongman syndrome and back off.
Yeah.
Look to
Melee
take the
barracks
shrines.
secured, not going to throw. One to the smaller structures like the shrine.
I mean, this is so I just throwing a random ogre on the Mushi's head.
Yeah, it does do damage to structures, so I mean that's efficiency, I guess, coming up from ISS.
Yeah.
Moon going for the right click focus
Shadow
build
Fiend.
with the Sanjanyasha.
It makes me so happy.
It makes me happy in this game. I don't mind the magic damage at times, but this game definitely needed the set of items that he queued up.
No, I agree.
21 minutes in. He's got a Hurricane Pike, drums, and the Sanjanyasha. Sitting on another 1,800 gold. Might go for the BKB.
Yeah, he could go for the BKB. Could also potentially get himself an MKB or a Skadi.
Do they see the Medusa? No, they don't. Has Medusa picked up any item? Just a Yasha and a Dragon Lance, but look at this. Mineski smoked, moving into AGV's base. The Avalanche is there. Ice. How did he know? What? How did he know that the Rubik was there? Wait, did that dire observer on the ground catch him moving in that direction? I'm not
Yes,
sure.
it did.
Okay.
I observer caught him. I just reminded a bit and checked.
Yeah. Okay. Mineski moving on for the tier 3. Mystic Snake doing a little bit of work. AGV. You got a hold.
Random Korea flying out. Okay.
Come on, AGV. Fighter GG.
This is worse than what I do in my pubs. I mean, I don't send the Korea flying in.
I mean, SIRC Squap, the Stone Gaze Squap links in, gets silenced BHM with the blink, with the Primal Spirit, trying to control someone. He wants the Tiny, then move on to Ninja Boogie. Eris goes in, Walrus Punch onto the Shadow Beat. Ninja Boogie with the Shackles, he's managed to catch the Quap, but Quap should get the kill, commits the Sonic Wave, and along with the Panda Brewlings, will manage to bring down the Shadow Shaman. They're looking for seconds. Quap low on mana, Moon being controlled for a bit, but not enough control to bring down the Quap. Jabs, rolls in forward, drops the Spirit Vessel, but he's in no man's land. BHM and Denso are here, and he popped the Rolling Boulder and run right back. Elsewhere, the Tusk is falling. Quap still giving chase. One Jabs on the Earth Spirit with the clap, will find it. Tiny's here with the toss, manages to control Denso, doesn't have the avalanche for 6 seconds, and Quap will blink away. Gets smacked by a 3 in a head, but the GG well played is called, and Mineski take game 1.
Yeah. Kudos to AGV. I mean, they really tried. They had an idea of how they want to play it, but the execution was kind of lacking.
Yeah.
But this is really
It's
crucial experience for
just
them.
that, I mean, in a really high-skilled team, everybody, every single player hits like really key timings really early, and that makes all the difference. I think that's one of the issues that you have when you're playing against a team like Mineski or any of the top teams. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as game 1. We'll be back with game 2 in a bit. My name is Vivek. With me is Floki, and see you.
See you soon.
Born in the country of Cast, Curry, Gauss, and Crusader level Dota. 4 boys fought to become the best curry casters in all of SEA. Having gone through a rigorous regimen of Bollywood dancing. And ancient Eastern vocal exercises.
Hello sir, welcome to technical support. How may I help you?
Hey, my coffee holder's broken.
I beg pardon sir?
You know, you push that button on your computer and the coffee holder comes out?
Sir, no one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
They do play-by-play.
Splinter Blast from Fly, Rolling Boulder coming in from Jerax, he drops the Magnetize, has the Urn, you got the Arctic Burn coming out from Fly, Geomagnetic Grip coming through from Jerax, Boulder Smash to follow, they bring down Chessie, and
They do SEA.
Let's
Gago! Gago, this is Gaga! Ulol, you cannot spell Ulol without you!
Loki, B-Wake, Gambit, and Cloud X are back to back. Only at AFK Gaming.
Okay, folks, looks like we are back with game 2 of this Best of 3 series between Mineski and AGV. Game 1 was won by Mineski in a rather convincing fashion, just 20 minutes in. My name is Vivek. Joining me for this one is Floki. I know some of you said that we should show the scoreboard. I will make sure to do that next time around. Bans are underway. AGV banned out the Tinker. And yeah, that's going to let Bounty Hunter slip through.
Okay, Mineski are gonna pick up the Bounty Hunter and EG pick up the Shadow Shaman. Okay.
Shadow Shaman Tusk.
Looks like they're gonna switch things up this time. Mineski wanna play a slightly different game of Dota and they get themselves a bounty. And yeah, it is gonna be the Tusk.
Mineski, what did they go for? Tiny's in the pool.
Yeah, they can just pick up Tiny here, give it to Ice again. Although the problem is Shadow Shaman is kinda good at dealing with Tiny in lane. So is the Tusk.
Remaining.
So I'm not sure if you wanna pick Shadow Shaman now that you know what both supports on the side of AGV are.
Remaining.
Maybe you pick yourself up your safe lane right now. Maybe they go for the Omni Knight here. I'm not sure. I think Omni Knight is decent.
Oh yeah, Omni Knight is in the pool. They could pick up the Omni Knight. They could pick up their secondary support, which could be the Nyx. But they're gonna go with the Tiny.
Nevertheless. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could pick up anything, and Ice is comfortable playing pretty much anything in the safe lane.
Yeah. But Ice off lane is like the safe lane. He's been just playing it so long. He knows it inside out.
Yeah.
Knows every
I
in the book.
presume Nyx might get banned out. Actually, Mineski doesn't need to waste that ban on Nyx because there's, I mean, on paper there's no space for it unless AGV want to run it in the off lane.
I agree.
Okay. Tide getting banned out. Mineski focusing their bans on the off lane pool, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the AGV's second highest ranked player is their off lane player, so.
Okay.
That's VHM.
Remaining.
Oh yeah. BHM was good on the Panda.
Yeah,
I wonder if
he was
Mineski
decent.
are going to ban it again.
I don't think they ban out the Panda.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure what Mineski are looking to pick here, but if it's particularly bad against the Panda, then they might. Otherwise, they may just ignore it.
Post this game ending, we have the winner of this facing off versus Geek Fan. That's scheduled to take place at 8 p.m. SGT or 5:30 p.m. IST, depending where in the world you're tuning in from. I don't think the match will get pre-born if this ends early. It's not like the teams are just on standby waiting to play their game. There's a lot of SCA Dota going on, and we're going to be covering it all over here at AFT Esports tomorrow. We tune in for the WESG APAC qualifiers where we're going to be following India's own Signify. Next pick for AGV, you think it's going to be the Panda?
Might be the Panda, I'm not sure. I think Panda's decent here since you know the Bounty Hunter's roaming. I mean, Bounty Hunter's not innately really good against the Panda. You need Lockdown or Burst to deal with Panda, and Bounty Hunter doesn't really offer a lot of that.
Okay.
You're gonna go with a Vengeful Spirit. Okay.
Interesting. I mean, now that Trilane can bloody well kill Tiny.
Yeah.
They did it in the previous
I
game
mean,
as well.
it's like a budget Drow Ranger.
Yeah, they pick up the budget Drow. There's plenty of lockdown to bring down the Tiny.
Yeah.
They killed him twice in game 1. How many times do you need to kill Ice to render him useless is the question.
You don't need to kill Ice. You just need to zone him out. You can't expect to kill him. Every single time you kill him, he's gonna come back with full HP and full mana and mess around with you. So the key is to starve him of his mana, but not kill him. It's like how Hitler used to torture his inmates. That's how you deal with Ice.
Yeah, casual anti-Semite comment coming there from Floki. Anyway, but Mineski are going to pick up the co-op. This is most likely Moon playing the Queen of Pain unless they do something crazy and run an offlane co-op, which Could happen, but is unlikely. Uh, I mean, you pick offlane Quap or Tiny, you're stunned by any one of those three heroes, you're still going to end up falling. I haven't seen Ice play the offlane Queen of Pain, but yeah, that's not to say he can't.
Yeah.
Next pick for AGV, they're looking for a core. I mean, you want to pick up Templar Assassin, but in a way, the co-op kind of blocks that out.
Not necessarily, but
I mean, if you want a budget
oh.
draw, and you want to start getting the budget push going, TA makes sense in that
Sniper
perspective.
is
But
actually better in that opinion, I feel,
oh yeah,
because with Sniper you can just hit from a distance and there's really nothing that
10
Mineski can
seconds
do right now that can
remaining.
hurt the Sniper. I mean, sure, there's the Queen of Pain, but you have a lot of lockdown to
5
punish her if she does
seconds
something stupid.
remaining.
mm-hmm.
The Underlord too, so Mineski haven't committed to physical damage yet fully. This is something that Mineski can look to exploit, go for a slightly magical damage oriented lineup. I mean, they certainly have that with the Tiny and Queen of Pain right now.
Mm-hmm. I think this is where maybe they pick the secondary support of Mushi's core. I mean, they have only two options. If it's a core for Mushi, the Monkey King comes to mind because he's good versus the Underlord and lane. Or if you're looking at a secondary support,
We may also be looking at an Ice Tempest this game.
mm, you can do that. And then what? Run the Timbersaw versus the Underlord?
Yeah, run the Timbersaw versus the Underlord, go help out the Tiny, let Queen of Pain do her thing.
I think we're going to see Monkey King or Razor.
Yeah.
They don't need to do that just yet.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pull out the trump card. I think Ice Tempest is the trump card.
Yeah. I mean, you got other ways of dealing with the Underlord. You don't need the Timbersaw, although it is tempting. So Razor's in the pool, Monkey King is in the pool. These options that Mineski can look to pick to deal with the Underlord, or they could just look at the secondary support. Now, speaking of supports that have been ignored, you're looking at a 5-position support. Bane did get banned out. You got Winter Wyvern, which
Radiant team.
could be okay, but
Luna.
okay. I
Nest.
mean, I think this is a somewhat. I mean, not a deny pick for sure, but Luna would be good for AGV as well if they did find space to fit it into the draft.
Yeah. I think that's what Mineski were debating. I think they didn't want to give up the Luna to AGV because if they sort of do well in the laning phase, like Mineski would have had a really hard time coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tiny doesn't do a lot without farm. He needs some farm to be relevant in the game.
Mm-hmm. So AGV straight away going to ban out the Shadow Demon. So that's going to ensure that none of the Shadow Demon Luna cancer comes to fruition for Mineski. Mineski looking for a ban, a mid laner that's good versus Luna. Tinkers banned out. You ban out OD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you ban out the OD, and now there are so few mid laners remaining for AGV. This is
So
also a thing that I've seen happen very often where you pick up the mid laner for yourself, and since the enemy has banned out a few mid laners, and you focus your last few bans on the mid lane, and suddenly they don't have a mid lane hero to run at all.
10 seconds.
Mineski looking for a support. Earth Spirit is still in the pool, but then you got like 2-4 positions. You can look at the Witch Doctor.
I think this may be a game where we see Ember Spirit for AGV.
What's the thought process beyond that?
So
Loki?
behind that is, I mean, a lot of magical damage against Mineski, and apart from that, Ember Spirit is kind of the only hero. Okay, this is a support Tiny.
Huh?
No, this is a support Queen of Pain. What? What?
No, it's a support Tiny.
This is confusing. I'm not sure if Tiny support.
10
How?
seconds remaining.
What? I'm so confused right now. Mineski are playing with my head.
Remaining.
Okay, either
It's
way.
support Tiny, and I think we're going to see some sort of tri lane coming out from Mineski. Maybe with the Tiny, the Bounty Hunter, and the Brewmaster.
Bloodseeker is a particularly good pick here, I feel. Oh, but they're gonna go with the Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bloodseeker because it deals with Queen of Pain and lane, so that's really good. But looks like, yeah, Gonna go with the
Yeah,
Dragon Knight stable.
so yeah, I mean, they want to push. Dragon Knight makes sense. That seems to be the plan from AGV. Dragon Knight should be fine versus the Queen of Pain in the mid lane, depending on how much supports you end up getting. Depending on how much support both mid laners end up getting. It is Jabs who's playing the Tiny. Ice is heading to the offlane with the Brewmaster. And yeah.
I love how Queen of Pain fiddles with the dagger. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
AGV, the intention of the draft
AGV,
seems
I'm
to
not
be.
entirely sold on the draft. I mean, they have a lot of pushing potential, but I'm not sure if they win their mid lane and their off lane.
I mean, on paper, if you look at it that way, Mineski's offlane is
Oh my
particularly hard as well. Okay, something happened to Floki. No idea what's going on with him. Well, he probably fixes himself. We'll jump into the game, and Mineski are coming into this series with a 1-0 lead. They did win game 1 over AGV. And folks, just tuning in, this is the Starladder I-League Invitational. My name is Vivek. With me for this one is Floki, and these are the regional qualifiers for the ASA region. I'm going to quickly run through the lineups here. For the side of AGV, Tusk is going to be played by Eris. He played Tusk in game 1 as well. He's just pretty much sticking to the same hero. BHM is going to be playing the Underlord. He's heading to the offlane with the... I'm not sure what his matchup is going to be, but it's not going to be fun. SIRC is going to be heading to the safe lane with the Vengeful Spirit. Shadow Shaman going to be handled by Grimm's X of the Dragon Knight in the hands of Tenzio, who was playing the Quap last time around in the mid lane. On the other side of the river for Mineski, you got Jabs, who's playing the 4 or 5 position Tiny. Ice is going to be playing the Panda. Luna in the hands of Mushi in the safe lane. Bounty Hunter going to be handled by Ninja Boogie, and that leaves us with Moon heading to the mid lane on one of his signature heroes, in my mind at least, the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. Sorry for the disconnect there. My internet pooped out.
Okay.
Either way, I think I like Mineski's draft.
So I really like what ISS is doing. It's a really smart thing you can do, and this works particularly well with the axe. Just move into the enemy jungle, clear the creep wave. Okay, he's dragging the creep wave. So with axe you can clear that creep wave quickly and TP back to your tier 1. ISS is just pulling it and taking it on a long journey back to his own tier 1. Where are the supports on the side of AGV? Shadow Shaman was heading towards the mid lane. Tusk is somewhat dual laning with the Underlord. He does have detection. So, I mean, if he does bump into the Bounty Hunter, he can do some serious work. And yeah, this is the strange tri lane coming out from Mineski. Jabs with the early pointed free grab might do some good damage early on. Mushi's gone for the Luna Blessing over the Lucent Beam.
Is Underlord dead?
Yeah. That makes no sense. That shouldn't happen, but it just did.
Okay.
I like what Grims is doing. He's taken an offensive position on the Shadow Shaman, and he's just trying to deny as many creeps and try and pressure Ice as much as possible.
Yeah, even went for the Ether Shock level 1. Ice could die if he's not careful. Shadow Shaman can
Grims
actually
could
turn
be
on
in a
the
little bit
fight.
of trouble. Yeah?
He can turn on the fight. Shadow Shaman? But the missed chances.
I mean, the Drunken Haze was on it, so it was hard.
Okay, Underlord top lane once again.
Not so sure. I mean, he's got the Tusk, but Ninja Boogie is here. He's got that point in Janada. You got the Avalanche coming in. Mushi has the Lucent Beam. He's holding on to it. Should get the kill. In fact, it's Jabs who just ends up picking it up.
Yeah.
I mean, in game 1, a small but significant thing that did work in AGV's favor was that BHM, I mean, despite dying, did get his Blink Dagger at a reasonably good timing. Yeah, I was following that.
Ice casually
just,
kills off the Shadow Shaman. Mid lane
Moon? What the hell?
Oh.
What the hell? That shouldn't be happening.
I think Dragon Knight ate one too many Scream of Pains.
Yeah. I mean, this shouldn't be happening at all.
And now, Queen of Pain is level 4 and Dragon Knight is barely level 3.
Hmm?
This level advantage is gonna come to bite Dragon Knight in the butt. And look at this. Queen of Pain Moon, he's maxing his Scream of Pain first, so he's not gone for the traditional 2-1-2, but he wants to kill the Dragon Knight as much as he can early on. And
Yeah. It could have been also that he got a level somewhere in the midst of him killing the Dragon Knight and just put the point into Scream so that he has that little extra damage to bring him down.
meanwhile, Underlord in the top lane, casually trading right clicks with the Tiny who has a tree.
Yeah.
Ice too.
Not too bad. He's pulling the creep wave time and time again. I missed this pull coming out from him. But yeah, he's doing well. Has 3 CS to his name. And that's a lot more than that of the Underlord. He's getting EXP. And despite Eris on the Tusk hanging around the top lane, he hasn't really been able to do much to secure the Underlord's farm.
Yeah.
He is trying to secure this bounty rune, but he's gonna fail at that as well.
I mean, what do you do against a Tiny who has a tree and is smacking you in the head with it? There's not much you can do. Once again, Mineski just coming on top in the laning phase, but...
Oh, they tossed the Underlord. BHM needs to be careful. Mushi's here. He's got 2 points on the Lucent Beam. BHM, no stick. Nothing to keep him alive. Ends up falling in. Eris commits the snowball. Gets tossed right back. And Mushi should help secure a secondary kill. Both the supports picking up the kills there. Mushi not getting any credit for any of those kills. But he's getting last hits and he's getting CS.
He's also getting levels. It's also really good on Luna. Once you have the Eclipse, it's kind of like a black hole, right? The threat of the Eclipse is better than the Eclipse itself.
Ninja Boogie just trying to control the creep area with that pull. Oh,
Once again?
I missed that. Apologies. Moon, I did hear the Sonic Wave, so hey, he's been styling over this Dragon Knight in the mid lane. I mean, he's got 4 more denies to his name. He's keeping up in terms of CS, and he's killed him twice.
Yeah. Queen of Pain living up to her name.
Yeah, Mineski just coming out on top in the laning phase. With
And look at the smart thing this Queen of Moon is doing on his Queen of Pain. So
I'm going to get back to that later because Eris is in a little bit of trouble. He does pop the snowball and the Lucent Beam finishes him off, while it seems as if AGV did score a kill on the other edge of the map. Grims and the Vengeful Spirit teaming up and getting the kill. But you were saying about Moon.
Yeah, so what he did on this Queen of Pain was he put both his null talismans in his backpack and then used Clarity for as long as he possibly could. He re-swapped them from his backpack just so the Clarity could give him more mana overall.
I mean, they're just feeding on this Underlord at this point. Jabs just looping around from the south, tossing back the Underlord. And yeah, it seems as if Ice will fall as well. The key difference here is that Ice is getting a little more in terms of levels. But yeah, now the Underlord, having put points into Firestorm, should hopefully score some CS every now and then. You're speaking of Moon and how he's maxing out efficiency with the Clarity. They are trying to bring down Dense here in the mid lane as well. Moon does have the Blink and the Scream. Hit pop is 1 charges for that, so he's not got too much to work with. And the Dragon Blood, Dragon Blood along with the tower will secure the kill. But look at this, Mineski win their safe lane incredibly hard and take down the tier 1 tower.
The Dragon Knight only got 160 gold for that kill. What? That is so little gold for a Queen of Pain who's killed her so much.
Mushi does have a haste rune. Does he see them? Oh, now he does. Eclipse. Grims sharing the Eclipse with the Tusk, who immediately drops the snowball but doesn't save the Shaman. and might end up falling himself. Mushi does have another Lucent Beam, but he isn't going to chase. The Bitter Malice is there. But it's only a level 1 Bitter Malice, and Mushi immediately runs away.
Yeah, and he's gonna go towards the bottom lane now, try and take that tower. I mean, Mineski, they were not wasting any time. They don't want to give AGV any room to breathe.
Yeah. I mean, this is really smart coming out from Mineski. You win your safe lane so hard. You immediately take down the tower and you try and apply pressure elsewhere across the map. They move so fast. They win the safe lane. I think one of the reasons ISS looks so good is partly because of how Mineski shut down the enemy offlane. A mid lane, the Moon, he's committed the blink, Grims is coming in, he's got the shackle, should get the kill. Jabs is there with the avalanche, but it's little too late. And AGV, they're applying pressure as well early on. This bench leaving a lane just 8 minutes in, trying to take a tier 1 tower.
This is the first tower that AGV has managed to damage a little bit.
Yeah, they have managed to damage it. They've got the Elder Dragon form. The shards do block out Jabs. Now Grims is giving chase. The snowball will close the gap. The Dragon Tail is there. Jabs dropping low. Ninja Boogie though with the double damage does manage to secure the kill on the Shadow Shaman in exchange. They've got detection. They want Ninja Boogie. Denzio, low on mana, does have 1 charges. Is giving chase. Pops the Soul Ring. Does get the stun. Ninja Boogie dropping low. But Moon with the Sonic Wave brings down the task and should find the kill on the Dragon Knight. The Shadow Strike has tagged him and Denzio trying to make a run for it. But the Scream of Pain doesn't forgive and Moon finds the double.
Yeah.
And Mineski, they're still pushing for tier 2 tower.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing that's stopping this bottom push right now. They all have to TP back to defend this tower. What's the Vengeful Spirit's farm looking like? Not too good.
Ice does have the primal split. He's got to be careful though. Pops it, runs straight at AGV. Immediate stun onto the Shadow Shaman. And well, the Storm Panda does control the Underlord. Ice needs to be careful though. He's microing the Earth Panda, sending it right back. And the push from Mineski does fizzle out, but TPs are coming in. It is the Dragon Knight who's TP'd onto the shrine. Mushi might have seen this courtesy that Dire Observer bot. Denzio giving chase, pops the Elder Dragon form, wants Ice. There's not much that he can do, and with the Wave of Terror, they got a little bit of vision. The shots are there, they block Ice, and they should find the kill. It's Wenj who ends up finding it.
Mid lane though, once again, T1 tower is dropping below half HP. I mean, I'm not sure what AGV can do. Every single time they're grouping up, there is another lane pushing in into the tower. Look at the top lane, it's pushed in so hard. There's a siege creep wave that is yet to reach.
I mean, that's farm for the Underlord.
I guess that's farm for the Underlord, true, but
AGV are pushing down bottom. Now Jabs is here in the north, but he's going to need Moon to come in. The swap is there, they found Jabs, they've got the shackles, they want to bring down this tiny, but the Shuriken toss will set up for the Eclipse. The snowball is there, buys them a little bit of time, they're trying to stay alive. Grims dropping low, the Breed Fire doing a little bit of damage, but Moon with the Scream finds the Shadow Shaman. Denzio falling as well. He's lost his Vengeful Spirit, he's dropping low himself and should fall. The Lucent Beam is there, a couple of auto attacks will secure the kill, while it seems as if Ninja Boogie as well as Jabs did chase down the Tusk and found him as well. Mineski.
yeah, clear, crisp execution by Mineski there. Don't lose a single hero. Pick up 3 kills for themselves and shut down the push too.
Oh yeah.
But Underlord did get some space in the top lane, so that's something that they have going for themselves.
But I mean, like, if he had a hood with all the space by now, then maybe, I mean, okay, I'm gonna cut that shot because mid lane you got the shackles on Moon. He pops the Scream and should get the kill with the toss from Ninja Boogie. Wench being tossed around, Eris dropping low, ends up falling to Ice. Bitter Malice onto 4. It's only level 1. They're trying to bring down Moon. The Dragon Tail committed. Moon just turns around, drops the Scream, and Ice running in. He's got the primal split, gets stunned by the magic missile, gets tossed away from Jabs and kept alive for a while, long enough for him to pop the primal split. Moon comes back in, drops the Scream, the avalanche coming in from Jabs. They try to bring down Denzio on the Dragon Knight. The track is there, the Sonic Wave committed. They want this Dragon Knight. They should look to find the skill. Moon blinks ahead, a tree thrown right on the Dragon Knight, and the control from the Panda is more than enough for Jabs to secure the kill. BHM tossed up in the air, trying to turn right back around Jabs. Well, he's in no man's land. Does toss Ninja Boogie out of there, and with a bit of malice, they should get this kill. He's in this small little area that's keeping him alive. Finally ends up falling to the Aether Shock coming out from the Shaman. Mineski get a tier 1 tower, lose a tiny, but get a Dragon Knight as well.
Jabs is not playing Dota 2, he's playing basketball. Tossing so many people in and out of that fight.
Oh yeah. Jabs is just been stellar. And AGV, they're as relentless as Mineski. They know Sonic Waves on cooldown, they know the Primal Split on cooldown, and this is when they can do a little damage and try and secure that tier 1 tower. Mineski though, they've killed off the Mars Serpent Watson, they're going to get the deny. So that's gold deny to AGV.
Yeah. 6k net worth lead for Mineski, 13 minutes in. I mean, this is starting to get out of control.
Oh yeah.
Mushi's just free farming on his Luna, has a Mask of Madness and Dragon Lance sitting in the Korea. Should be hitting the level 12 soon, and once he hits that level 12, life is gonna get a lot more harder for AGV.
They could consider bringing down Mushi. Now they saw him in the bottom lane. Denzio doesn't have anything like a blink or anything of that nature just yet. The scan is coming up from Mineski. They are giving chase. Ninja Boogie is there. He sees that his Moon in the vicinity. He wants a little bit of vision to work with. The track coming out on the tusk. This should be a kill. Mushi's here with the Mask of Madness. Nothing that AGV can do.
Yep.
Moon chasing Kumo. He's got a DD. Blinks ahead aggressively. Jabs with the avalanche onto the Dragon Knight. Tosses him back into the waiting arms of Isis Eyes. But the Dragon ain't quick enough to stop the Thunderclap. And they eventually get the kill for Mushi though with that Lucent Beam and the last couple of right clicks coming in from him.
Yeah, free track kills for Ninja Boogie, he's a rich man now. It looks like AGV are taking it in stride, they don't seem too tilted about it. Well played and nice being spammed by the off laner and the supports.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, if the last game was about laning, and Mineski giving us a master class in just well, being the superior players in terms of individual skill, this game's been about how well they understand the limits of the heroes and how despite not having things like the Sonic Wave and other things that one might consider key spells, they still manage to hold on to objectives.
I agree.
Like that deny on the mid tier 1. That was them without Sonic Wave, them without Primal Split if I'm not mistaken, and they still minimize their losses there. That's what was crucial. Jabs has the Blink Dagger, tosses back BHM. BHM does have a herd, or someone has a herd. It's going to keep them healed and healthy for a little bit, but the Brewling's doing their work. Densio being controlled, the Storm Panda looking for another target is Cyclone, possibly BHM. Here comes Jabs, Avalanche toss, Dragon Knight out of position, being focused, ends up falling to the toss. Grim's trying to make a run for it, Pit of Malice drop down from BHM. Moon in the vicinity, sees BHM preparing the Uber, and there's not much they can do. A toss could be huge, but Jabs, he's gone for Grims, he's found him, and he'll get that kill onto the Shadow Shaman.
So many track kills.
Oh yeah. I mean, both were track kills, right? The Dragon Knight was a track kill, the Shaman was a track kill.
Ninja Boogie is having the time of his life ever since he hit level 6.
And this is Mineski without committing any of the key spells. They've still got the Sonic Wave. I mean, they did use the Primal Split, but they got the Sonic Wave and they got the Eclipse, which is still a huge component of that team fight. And on the side of AGV, you've got a Dragon Knight who's just picked up drums and doesn't have his Elder Dragon form for a good 40 seconds. So AGV have pretty much got to forfeit that tower.
Yeah, nothing they can do to defend that.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight is going for the armlet now, so the damage issues should be... I mean, there should be less damage issues for AGV now, but they still have problems initiating on the lineup of Mineski. It does require Wench to swap and put herself in danger, and that is really risky.
Exactly. I mean, in that sense, I would have felt that the Dragon Knight picking up a Blink Dagger could have been a better choice. But AGV though, they're looking to fight down Roshan. Now Denzio doesn't have his Blink Dagger, the swap is there, they've got one, it's Ninja Boogie, that's track goal taken out of the equation, Jabs going in, tosses Wench into the pit, Mushi with the Eclipse should get the kill on the Wench, that's a call on the AGV, on the side of AGV dropping low, Moon with the Sonic Wave and the Scream finds one, finds another. AGV lose the Dragon Knight, lose their Underlord, Age is taken away from Mushi though, but Jabs has the toss and the Wench will fall to the Scream coming out from Moon. Just like that, AGV Smoke moved towards Roshan and end up losing 4 while all they got was a bounty hunter.
Yeah, the bounty hunter bought back too and got to stream a bunch of track kills.
Yeah. I mean, the MVP of that fight was Moon with that Sonic Wave and the Scream onto 2 heroes. And Jabs. Jabs has just been phenomenal. He's been... I mean, I think we've got to ban out Tiny versus Mineski.
Yeah, I agree.
The ease with which he's just throwing players around. And these are... I mean... The AGV is one of the better teams. He's making it look a whole lot easier than it is.
He must have been a basketball player in his previous life. I mean...
Yeah, he's literally playing dodgeball with AGV. And Ice waiting on the high ground, finds BHM, pops the primal split. The real thing is if he can find the second. Eris caught by the Storm Panda, held in place. Cyclone dispelled, Eris buying time, but they've got the track and they've got the control. They're going to find the kill. Wenj walked ahead considering a swap and then was like, no, not worth it.
Yeah.
So, Mineski, they've got a huge lead. Are they going to go high ground is the question. And it seems that the answer is a resounding yes. Jabs blindly blinks in. Alley-oops the Dragon Knight. And Mineski secure another kill. A track kill of all things.
Yeah, I mean, Jabs is just styling on them and good game is God. This was
GG,
less than 20 minutes, I mean.
Yeah, oh my god, Jabs, will you stop?
He's just pulling AGV.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just speechless as you are.
I mean, I'm absolutely speechless. I have no idea what to say. All my years as an Indian currycaster working at technical support hasn't prepared me for this moment to see Jabs toss at least like 8 enemy heroes round and about. Anyway, folks, that's it for now, but do not go anywhere. We have the winner of this facing off versus Geek Fam. That's supposed to take place at 8 p.m. SGT or 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. I'm going to probably shut down the stream now because we do have a while. I'll restart the stream in a bit. So once again, it's 5:30 p.m. IST. 8 p.m. SGT. I will start the stream at 15 minutes before the scheduled time. For now, I'm going to play a quick advertisement telling you a little bit about us currycasters and how a bunch of boys from a call center are now casting some of the best Dota in SEA. Enjoy.
Born in the country of cast, curry, cows, and crusader level Dota. 4 boys fought to become the best currycasters in all of SEA. Having gone through a rigorous regimen of Bollywood dancing. And ancient Eastern vocal exercises.
Hello sir, welcome to technical support. How may I help you?
Hey, my coffee holder's broken.
I beg pardon sir?
You know you push that button on your computer and the coffee holder comes out?
Sir, no one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
They do play-by-play.
Splinter Blast from Fly, rolling bowler coming in from Jerax, he drops the Magnetize, has the urn, you got the Arctic Burn coming out from Fly, Geomagnetic Grip coming through from Jerax, boulder smash to follow, they bring down Chessie, and
They do SEA.
Magandang gabi, Lu!
Magandang gabi. Let's
Gago! Oh, Gago, this is Gaga! Ulol! You cannot spell Ulol without you!
Loki, B-Wake, Gambit, and Cloud X are back to back. Only an AFK Gaming.